Hello, and I am MTGMastaJ on MTGO, and over the next few weeks I'm going to be bringing you a series of videos. As opposed to pros like LSV, Brian Kibler, etc., my videos are not aimed at entertaining you or educating you in any way, although it's cool if that somehow happens. But my greedy self, I am doing this for me to help improve my game as a Magic player. And I am reaching out to you guys as viewers, the Magic community, to help me improve my game. Now, as a disclaimer, I am a deck builder, and so I will be playing my own decks. I have nothing against net decking, and in fact, I love that they exist. They make life for a deck builder much easier. For advantages of what they're playing and they don't know what you're playing, but that's another topic for another day. My big point here is I'm not looking for negative or positive opinions of the deck that I'm playing. I'm playing the deck that I'm playing. What I am looking for is constructive criticism. I look at the replays of the games that I play, and I do my best to diagnose my mistakes, but I don't see everything. I'm only who I am, and it's the only perspective I got. So I'd like your guys' perspective. I want you to absolutely point out any possible mistake you might see. That's only going to help me get better. That being said, if you do want more info on the deck or want me to go into some of the interactions, I'll be going over a few of the interactions here in a little bit. But if you want even more in depth, note it in the just write, hey, I want to know about the deck a little more, and if I get enough responses, I might make a video talking about that. So without further ado, let me get on to the deck. At its core, this is a Life from the Loam deck. Don't really need to go into detail about what Life from the Loam does. It's an old card, very powerful card, strong card drawing engine. And the creature that, in my opinion, most likes Life from the Loam is Knight of the Reliquary. It benefits from having all those lands, and it'll go and get you even more lands. So what do we want to do with all those lands that Life from the Loam is giving us? How about 2 damage a turn with Seismic Assault? So I like playing a couple copies. Then since we are playing Life from the Loam, it allows us to play some specialty lands on top of some normal lands. So I like playing Grove of the Burn Willows Punishing Fire combo. Again, it's another that's something else I don't really need to go into detail about. Brian Kibler introduced everyone to this combo at Pro Tour Austin. If you want to see how that really shines, you can watch video coverage of that. And then we get over to our removal suite. Obviously, Punishing Fire is a big part of our removal, and another big part is Swords to Plowshares. In this format, it seems to be the removal of choice, especially if you're playing white. So efficient that every white deck is going to play him. And then everything here is focused around a graveyard. Although I don't need Life from the Loam, it obviously helps the deck operate a lot more. And so, to avoid losing to like a Leyline or something, we have Elspeth Knight Errant. she doesn't care about a graveyard. She can defend herself, and she can take over a game. So, in my opinion, there's not a better secondary win condition that I could have. And then, might as well touch on Eternal Witness. It's another old card that's been used quite a bit in other decks before. It completes the creature suite, and it can get us back some key, powerful combo-ish cards. This isn't really a combo deck, but it certainly has some strong synergies, and that it can help get those pieces back. As a 2/1 body, it's not a huge threat. The cool thing is, with only 8 creatures, 4 of them are Knight of the Reliquary, meaning post-sideboard, they can't really side out their creature removal. Otherwise, they just get mauled down by Knight of the Reliquary. And what that does to their sideboarding options, it makes a difficult deck space for them post sideboard to get everything that they want. Then we can get over to some one of the more controversial cards in the deck, Nostalgic Dreams. It's from the same cycle that the Aggro Loam deck plays Devastating Dreams. This is a more control-ish build, and so I think it uses Nostalgic Dreams a little better. At its best, it can use the 3 lands that it gets from Life from the Loam to return 3 specific cards from your graveyard to your hand. It's kind of like a triple regrowth. Just sick. If you return 3 specific cards from a graveyard of this deck, it puts you so far ahead. At its worst, it's a single regrowth. Obviously, it's bad if it gets countered, so it comes out in the blue matchups. We have a Sylvan Library, and as a one of, I'll get into why it's a one of. But if you can play this turn 1, it's so strong, and it's not good on every matchup, and it gets sided out sometimes, but there are matchups where it just takes over the game. It's definitely worth the single copy in the main deck. Then we get to what makes this deck all possible, and that's the card Gamble. Now, a lot of people will read that and say, "Well, you're putting everything into luck," and that's not necessarily true. Life from the Loam can cushion your odds, and a lot of times it's like a demonic tutor, exactly a demonic tutor. Other times it's like an Imperial Seal without the life loss, and that's you can. If you have an Eternal Witness or a Life from the Loam in hand, whatever you search for, even if it gets discarded the next turn, or even if you have the mana for it that turn,